Hi, I would like to do a short video on living as a widow and living as a divorcee. I'm actually a widow, so I don't know how it feels to live as a divorcee, but it's been compared that being divorced and being a widow is the same thing, and it's not. It's a big difference. The difference is when you lose your husband to death, it's final. There's no coming back from death. When you decide to divorce your husband, for whatever reason it may have been, it's possible you can get back with your husband. And you might say, no, never. It's over. It didn't work out, whatever, reason it was. I remember I met this lady. She divorced her husband for 10 years. And she remarried him. Yep. So I don't understand how people can compare the two when it's possible that in 10 years, maybe even 15 years, you two can reunite one day and say, you know what, back then it didn't work out for whatever reason, the children, their age, me being stubborn or whatever the reason was, and you decide to get some counseling and work it out again. Versus me, my husband being dead, there's no working out for it. There's no remarrying. There's no getting back together. It is final. So I wish people would please stop comparing the two. It just boggles my mind to why you want to compare me burying my husband to you choosing to divorce your husband for whatever reason it was. And it might have been a great reason and a reason that most would do. Yes, I would have divorced my husband too if my husband did what your husband did. But however, I didn't divorce my husband. My husband was killed in a car accident. I will never ever see him again, unlike yourself. And also I want to say with that, you have a lot of divorced men, a lot of divorced people who still take care of their children, who still, matter of fact, they're friends. They're better friends than they were when they were married. You still have that person there for you to support you. Unlike myself, my husband's dead. Who's here to support me? Who's here to take care of my son? Who's here to look out for my son, to look out for me? Because I know a lot of divorced people who still love each other, still care for each other, but they're not together because it didn't work out. However, they're still taking care of their children. They're still doing for their ex-wife or whatever. So don't you dare compare the two, because there's no comparison. I would never ever see my husband again. My son would never ever see my husband again. He would never see his father again. They would never ever be. It's final. It's over. Unlike if you choose to divorce your husband, you just might see him next weekend picking the children up. You might not like it, but your children are happy. They might not like it, but they have their daddy and they have their mother to be there for them, support them. No, the daddy and mother is not together, but they can depend on their daddy. They can depend on their mother. So I would like it if people would please stop comparing death to divorce, because death is final. Divorce is a choice. There's no comparison. It's apples and oranges. You chose to divorce your husband. I didn't choose to bury my husband. So don't compare the two. And if you're going to divorce your husband or you're going to divorce your wife, be willing to deal with the consequences that comes with that.